So starting, we've got a couple of minutes for people to arrive, but just start lying on your back. Take your feet wide, knock your knees together, hands to your belly. Just let the lower back gently touch the mat. Start to deepen your breath. So as you inhale, feel the breath coming into the belly, and you're going to inhale to the count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 6. So you can move one hand, your left hand up to your heart, and keep the right hand on your belly. And just feeling the sensation of the inhale, raising that hand on your belly. And the exhale, the hand on your chest sinking. So really being conscious of the breath. It fills you up, feel it spreading out through your limbs, oxygen to the muscles. So a couple more moments there. Okay, then bring your feet together, roll to the side and come into tabletop. Just feeling through the top of the shoulders, so keep the spine neutral, as in don't tip the tailbone up or tuck it under. You want to keep the hips level, press through your palms, straight arms, and feel as you dome out between the shoulder blades, draw the core in. And then just relax the chest between the shoulders. So feel that difference as the shoulder blades draw together. You might kind of lose your core, and then draw the core in, press up between the shoulder blades. Feel them wrapping as they come round the side body, spreading. It's called protraction. Okay, then just coming back to neutral. Then inhale, tuck your toes under, come into cow. So you're going to look up. Now you're going to tip your tailbone up, look up, and then exhale, rounding through the back to cat. So tuck the tailbone under, draw the navel up and in. Relax your head. Inhale, looking up, tip the tailbone up. Exhale, rounding through the back, arching like a cat. Okay, then we're going to come into the truth or bear plank. So now you're going to step the right toes back a little and lift the right knee off. Step the left toes back a little, lift the left knee off. So now your knees are about 1 inch off the mat. Really press through the palms, squeeze your core, push out between the shoulder blades. The hips are neutral. And then take the right foot back into plank, left foot back. So shoulders should be over wrists, Squeeze the outer hips, squeeze the shins and thighs towards each other. Squeeze the core. If you need to drop your knees, you can do that. And then we're going to step back in. Bear plank. So knees an inch off the mat. And then drop the knees. Inhale to cow, tipping up your tailbone, looking up. Exhale to cat. And then coming to neutral, come back again into bear plank. Take the right toes back slightly, left toes back. Squeeze your core, knees are off the mat. Really hug the forearms towards each other. Then step back into plank. Steady. Squeeze the core. Squeeze the outer hips. Push through the heels and the crown of the head. Head up a little. Step the right toes back in, left toes. Drop your knees. Inhale to cow. So really feeling through the spine, that connection to the core. Exhale, rounding the back. Okay, and release. Then come to stand at the front of the mat. Taking a moment in Tadasana, mountain, feet hip distance apart. Lift your toes, spread them, place them down. Feel the energy as you press down into the earth, lifting up. Chest lifts, core engages. Inhale. Reach your arms up, palms together, look up, draw the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, floating forward, tip the tailbone up, forward fold. So you can hold onto your elbows or fingertips to the mat. You can have your knees bent, whichever feels good. Inhale to halfway lift. Now straightening the legs, reach the chest forward. Tip the tailbone up, squeeze the core. Exhale to plank. So really feeling that as you press up through the palms, rounding out through the shoulder blades. You can drop your knees if you need to, tip forward. Hug the elbows to the side, lower to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Tops of the feet press down so the kneecaps lift. Draw your chest between your arms, hug the elbows in. Lowering down, tuck the toes, inhale. Lift your hips into down dog. Walk the dog, so just paddle the heels nice and slowly, feeling through the calves. Then lowering the heels for a moment, lift the hips. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Feeling that stretch from the soles of the feet to the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, floating to forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the weight more towards the balls of your feet, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift up the kneecaps. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank. And then the low press up, so roll the eye of the elbow forward. So the tops of the arms are rotating externally. So now you can bend your elbows back. Squeeze the core, the outer hips. This is Chaturanga, low press up, don't miss it out. And then lower to the mat. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, come into down dog. Take 3 breaths here. So drawing the breath into the belly, and as you squeeze the thighs and the shins to the midline, lift your tailbone up. You can release your hamstrings a little by coming up onto your toes and bending your knees. So just feel the length of the spine, that's the most important thing. Press the armpits towards the mat. Then inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale to Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, rising up. Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, then palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. So coming down, bend your knees, palms down, step back into down dog. So again, you can be up on your toes if you need to be. You're going to roll forward into plank. Press up through the palms, squeeze the forearms towards each other, push out between the shoulder blades. Lift your hips slightly. So not too high, definitely not bananaing to impact the lower back. So, and then inhale, back into down dog. And you're going to ripple forward again. So coming forward, rounding through the back, come into plank. Inhale, lift the hips, come back up into down dog. And you're going to come into side plank. So roll forward into plank. Bring your right hand slightly more to the center of the mat, but the hand under the shoulder. And you can, if you want to modify, you're going to bring the right knee under the hip and turn the foot behind you like a kickstand. And then you're coming onto the edge of the left foot, sweeping the hand up. If you want to do the full plank, obviously you'll roll onto the outside edge of the right foot, stack the feet. So there'll be a slight angle, hand will be a little bit further away from the wrist. So really squeeze the outer hips, don't allow the hips to sag down, push through the feet, and then rolling back, palms down, come back into down dog. So careful of the shoulder, so the alignment we were doing before, when you're really pushing up through the palm, straight arm, and engage the core, helps to take weight off the shoulder joint. So again, we'll get the back view. So bring the left palm in slightly, roll forward. If you need to kickstand, drop the left knee and swing the foot behind you. And then you'll come up like this. Otherwise, you roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Really press up through the palms, stack the feet, squeeze the thighs and hips, outer hips towards each other, and roll. So pushing the feet away from you, reaching up through the top fingertips, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and then exhale, coming back into down dog. If you need to drop your knees wide, come into child's pose, just rest your forehead down, relax the arms if you need to do that. Otherwise, we're going to ripple forward again into plank. Keep breathing and then lift the hips. Coming into down dog. And we're going to do a little core work from down dog. If that's too much on the arms, then drop your knees, come into tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you'll do the moves from there. But otherwise, follow me from down dog. Okay, so inhaling, press the left heel into the mat, bend the right knee, and then lift the right leg. Point the toe, and you want to internally rotate the right thigh so the hips stay level rather than opening out to the side. You want to roll so the knees under. Press through the index finger and the thumb and all the finger pads with it. Keep weight on the index finger. Now roll forward into plank, right knee to nose. Squeeze the heel towards your bottom. Push up between the shoulder blades, rounding the back, squeezing the core. Then inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, rolling forward, right knee to left elbow. Squeeze the knee up, keep the heel high, and then lifting back up into down dog. Keep the hips level, roll the right thigh under you. Rolling forward into plank, right knee to right elbow. Keep the heel lifted, squeeze the core, and then lift the leg back up, lower the left heel, come back into down dog. If you need to drop the knees, that's fine. Come into tabletop or give your hands a little shake to get the blood back through the wrists. Otherwise, we continue. Okay, other side. So lowering the right heel to the mat, bend the left knee, lift the left leg up. It'll want to roll out. So then you're going to internally rotate. So the knee points down, point the toe, press through the palms, squeeze your core. Inhale, roll forward into plank, left knee to nose. Squeeze it in, lift the heel, rounding out between the shoulder blades, and then lifting that leg back up, come back, three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward, left knee to right elbow. Squeeze. Don't forget to breathe. Then take the left leg back up, lower the right heel. Coming forward into plank, left knee to left elbow. Keep that foot pointing, lifting the foot up. Pushing up through straight arms, lifting left leg up. Come back into down dog. Take the knees wide, toes touch. Sit back into child's pose. So you want your forehead, tip of the nose on the mat, and if you want to rest the arms, just bring them behind you, the palms facing up. Steady the breath. Okay, coming up, going to roll onto your back. So bridge is the counter pose to any core work. So we were contracting the core and now we're going to lengthen. So bringing your heels to where you can brush them with your middle finger, if possible. Bring your arms beside you, and then we're going to do a flowing bridge. So if you feel that your thighs are rolling out, then you can put a block between your knees to keep that inward action, just the thin way. You want to squeeze in, press through the soles of the feet, and then as you inhale, press the lower back into the mat, peel the hips up, and lift the arms up. They'll touch down behind you, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes gently, dig in the heels, and then exhale, bring the arms back overhead, lowering the hips down, and the arms. Inhale, lift, squeeze the block, and exhale, coming back down. So just flow with your own breath. Inhale up. And even when you come down, don't just drop the hips down. You're rolling the vertebrae down so the hips come down last. So you'll feel you're still connecting to your core. Last one, inhale. Lift. Exhale. Coming down. Remove the block if you can still feel that squeezing action, and we'll do one bridge more intensely. So press through the soles of the feet. As you inhale, pressing gently the lower back to the mat, peel the hips up, and then clasp your hands under your hips and straighten your arms, but roll onto the outside edge. So you're trying to roll the shoulders open, the chest open. Push the hands towards the heels. Squeeze as if you had that block between your thighs. So your knees aren't together, hip distance apart, but you can feel that activation and you'll feel your glutes fire up. Feel that opening through the chest. Lift the hips a little more. Dig the heels in. Feel the hamstrings curling. And as you dig the heels in, as the hamstrings work, you'll start to feel the abductors. So your knees will want to roll out, so keep the thighs parallel. And then exhale, release the arms to the side, lowering down through the vertebrae. And then take your arms out to a T, palms down. Take the feet to the edges of the mat, drop your knees to the right. Look over to the left. If you want to deepen that little stretch, you can bring your right heel on top of the left thigh. Inhale, take the feet wide again, drop the knees to the left on the exhale. Look over to the right. To deepen, bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Inhale. Come back to center, feet down, hug the knees in. Just rock a little there. Gently drawing navel to spine, and then lift your head and shoulders to your knees and start to rock backwards and forwards. If you can come up onto your shoulders and then to sit facing me. Well done, everyone. So, one last deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste. Have a great day, everyone.